First stop of the day after all of my morning tasks completed is Kenmore Middle School. I just wrapped up a 18-week mentor program here, and today they are being celebrated for being amongst the leaders in the TAG schools here in Maryland. And I'm going to come say a few words on behalf of the students as well as the school and congratulate the school on doing such an amazing job with the talented and gifted program that they have here. And I'm thankful that some of my students are even a part of the TAG program. All right, let's get in here and get some work done. It is 4:12 p.m. and I'm at my next location, the YDC facility here in Baltimore. This is where the youth come who have been charged as adults. I have a mentor program here as well. We do 8-week cohorts on and off with these young men, teaching them important life skills that will transition over for them personally and professionally. We are right now this week, we are actually going to go over, we had a dance for the young men similar to the dance that was on Netflix, the daddy-daughter dance that was on Netflix, where the daughters came in and danced with their fathers. Because these are all young men in here, we had their moms, grandparents come in and dance with the young men. So we are going to go over what that feeling was like, talk to them a little bit more and get some clarity on how that made them feel, and then understand and help them understand their why. This needs to be wrapped up in their why, the why for them getting better every single day, remembering that feeling, holding on to that feeling, understanding how they can recreate that feeling, making their parents or their loved ones, their supporters proud. So we're gonna teach from what that moment meant to them and help them to understand what they should be doing every single day while they're in here, and how not to waste this time, because this could be a gift. The fact that they've been given this time could be a gift only if they use it right. If they don't use it right, chances are the statistics show over 70% of them will end up right back in here again. And that's what I aim to change. My goal in life is to lower that statistic with young men who are incarcerated and re-entry. So it is a re-entry program, and we're going to help these young men not go back to prison. So let's get in here and do the work. All right, I'm at my last stop for the day, and we are at Tiffany's Bar and Bistro. I'm going to go in here. It's for a dine and debrief. The entrepreneur Cookie B is putting this on through one of her businesses, and I'm glad I get to go in, meet up with some other entrepreneurs, and just do some amazing work, man. So I'm stuck right here a little bit. I'm stuck. I cannot get out at all. So I'm gonna have to get out on the other side. But it's all a part of the game. So let's get to work. Hey, what's up, family? I'm finally home. It is 10:15. I had a full packed, busy day this morning. I was at Kenmore Middle School, a middle school that I've finished up doing my 18-week mentor program for young boys there. They had the E-Gate, so they were getting awarded for excellence and gifted and talented education is what they were getting awarded for the 4th time. And they wanted me just to come up and just say a few words, because I do work with several of the young men that are in the talented and gifted program. TAG is what it's called here. And that's something that I wanted to make clear, abundantly clear, about my mentor program when I go to different schools, is that my mentor program isn't just for the at-risk or the troubled youth or the youth that are having the most behavior problems. My mentor program is for everybody, because what I saw in the TAG students, what they're able to do, the TAG students are able to extract
a sense of desire out of the other students that are around that may feel like they want to goof off, that may feel like they don't want to pay attention. Now, it does create a little bit of distance and a little bit of gap as well, a little bit of insecurity, because the tag students, it seems like they know everything. But when you can encourage the other students who are not in the tag program, that just because they're in the tag program doesn't make them any different than you. And one of the stories that I like to use is that when they cut open Albert Einstein's brain, they found something significant about his brain than everybody else's. It was nothing. They found nothing significant about Albert Einstein's brain other than the fact that he tried a lot more than majority of people, and he would just work and exercise in order to increase his knowledge. And the difference between a tag student and a regular student is the tag student has spent ample amount of time working and working to increase their knowledge. And so I want to impart that into all of the students that are not in the tag program, that just because you're not in the tag program doesn't mean that you don't have talents and gifts. And I said a couple of words at the program. It was amazing to see them get recognized, and the beautiful part about it is that she's already talking about the mentor program for next year. She's like, "Hey Jeff, next year we need to let's go ahead and get this situated, wrapped up for next year." And not only am I doing the young men's mentor program there, she actually wants me to do the young girls mentor program there, because we've had so much success in doing the young men's mentor program that the young girls program in comparison just wasn't on the same level. And so what I've done is I've grabbed one of my lady friends, and now she is going to be teaching the young girls portion of the mentor program. So the Winter Circle Youth Foundation is not just for young men, we are also for young women as well. And interestingly enough, today I also had a mom who has a friend who has a son, okay? Mom has a friend who has a son who's in the 9th grade at Bladensburg High School, and she was like, man, she's been looking for a mentor program for her son. And she asked what other schools was I in, and I said, I've been trying to get to Bladensburg High School for a long time, but I have just been unsuccessful. And it's not because of lack of effort or trying, because I've been trying to get in there for a long time. I think it's been about 3 years now that I've been trying to get in there, but the principal, for some reason, just doesn't have the buy-in. The principal just doesn't have the buy-in, and which happens, right? But I told her, reach out to that principal, reach out to, to the community schools person. I'll save their name from this video, but reach out to them and let them know that, hey, you want, this child to be a part of this mentor program. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna get that done, and then after leaving the middle school, I went back to my office and got a little bit of work done. I only did a little bit of work today because I was extremely busy. But this is the challenge. I read in TD Jakes' book, Instinct. One of the things that you have to learn how to do is you have to learn how to be a juggler, and you have to learn how to juggle all of your responsibilities and know and understand what needs to get done and when it needs to get done. If you're able to distinguish what needs to get done and you're able to prioritize, then it makes it much easier. And the biggest part in that whole thing is going to be, can you create a project management tool? Can you create project management so that you can see what needs to get done so that you're not lacking on anything? When you have a project management tool, it's very easy to just go in and complete a task, rather than trying to guess, what should I be doing right now? For me, I go in and I just complete a task, and it makes it relatively easy for me. So after I finished a little bit of my work, I went to the Juvenile Detention Center in Baltimore, and we had a great session. So last week, the young men, they had a dance, and I believe I told you all this, but they had a dance just like the father-daughter documentary that's on Netflix. where the daughters come in and go to a dance with the fathers. This time, because the young men are in prison, their moms came in, and grandparents and dads as well came in and had a dance with the young men. And it was it was a real moment for the young men. And I learned today that one of the young men got 40 years in jail. So the young men that I'm working with are young men that are potentially being tried as an adult, or they are tried as an adult. And so he got 40 years, which is just, I couldn't imagine. I could not imagine. But it was beautiful to be able to see them, and we wanted them to reflect today. We wanted them to reflect on what that felt like, to just be quote unquote normal, to have your own shoes on, to have suit and tie on, to be out of your regular jail uniform outfit just for a couple of hours and eat good food. And it's all based off of behavior, and if they're participating in the program, and it's an incentive for them to participate in the program, is that this is a part of the graduation of the program. I think that's what that should be. But we had a great session today. After we talked about what that meant, I asked them some important questions in the light of how did this event change you? How did it shape you? What was your feelings? What did you do after? And immediately, several of them said immediately after the dance, they went to their cell and they cried, and because they forgot what it felt like to be free. And for those 2 hours, those 2.5 hours, they were free. They were free. Though there were still in the facility, and there were guards all over the place, they were free for that moment. There was no worries. There was no, imagine 25 young men dancing. There's no girls here, but there are 25 young men that are just dancing with each other. And I thought that was special. And after that, I met up with a friend, Cookie B. Shout out to her. She's going to be one of the lady friends that's going to be doing the Young Girls Mentor Program. And we had a great conversation about entrepreneurship. And I think it's important to have more of those conversations about entrepreneurship with other entrepreneurs who understand your plight. And I think what I loved about the conversation was that it didn't turn into a, oh my gosh, woe is me, or this is so stressful, or blah, 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 blah. It actually turned into some action steps. So today was far more entrepreneur than employee. And tomorrow will be the same thing. Tomorrow I am taking over an entire school. I'm taking over an entire class, excuse me. I'm taking over an entire class. I'm going to be there teaching the entire day. I kind of feel like, I don't know, kind of feel dirty that a school just bought me out for the day. I kind of feel dirty that a school literally just bought me out for the day, but yeah, we might have to talk about that. might have to raise the price on that if you're going to buy me out for a day. But yes, tomorrow I will be at a school teaching SEL, and then the following week we begin in teaching. Going through the mentor program. So I will catch you guys up tomorrow. You guys will follow me tomorrow and see all of the work that I'm doing. But today was a good day. Now it's time to go kiss my son goodnight and kiss my wife goodnight, because I know she's gonna be waiting for me. I love you, baby. All right, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.